Are you struggling to stay motivated and focused? Do you find yourself procrastinating and falling behind on tasks? Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or working from home, or just a normal person who's overwhelmed and getting distracted easily, then this video is just for you. Hi, my name is LJ from EasyBook Notes, and in this video, I do not promise to turn you into a productivity guru like Ali Abdaal, Matt D'Avella, or Thomas Frank. However, I do promise to give you practical tips and strategies that I personally use to become more productive, consistent, and get things done. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video. I have learned that one of the biggest obstacles to productivity and staying focused is not knowing what you should be working on. Our normal day-to-day lives are filled with a barrage of texts, emails, phone calls, meetings, notifications. We get pulled to different directions, and at the end of the day, we do not feel like we accomplished anything. How do we slow down and find out what's important? Make a list. Write down the things that you need to get done and ask yourself, is there a task that is either urgent, brings satisfaction, or brings joy that I can accomplish today? What gets scheduled gets done. Once you have a clear plan and you've figured out your highlight of the day, schedule it. Time block your calendar. I personally prefer the analog way, which is putting the important tasks on my bullet journal to prevent me from getting distracted with my phone or computer. As a visual person, I also have this note card on my desk from Ugmonk and a magnetic dry erase board that reflects my weekly schedule. You can do this in any way that you prefer. You can do the analog way, you can do the digital way, or you can do both, whichever works for you. Another thing is to schedule your important tasks early in the morning and prioritize your high-impact tasks first. If you have a meeting that requires intense focus, business deals to close, study sessions, it is better to schedule it before lunch because, believe it or not, we are genetically hardwired to take naps. If you're anything like me who has a short attention span and probably undiagnosed ADD, being able to focus is a rare opportunity. Identify your distractions and increase the friction so that it takes more time to access it. For example, if you tend to check your phone every time you hear a notification, put your phone on silent or do not disturb and keep it out of sight. When intense focus is needed, I normally put my phone where I have to walk to use it. Out of sight, out of mind. Simple solution but highly effective. Do not rely on motivation because motivation is like that friend who flakes all the time, unreliable and rarely shows up. Another way to free yourself from distractions is to say no. I get it. Most of us tend to please people and say yes. Quite frankly, it's easier to say yes than to say no. But the thing is, when you say yes to something, you also say no to something else. For example, you said yes to hanging out with a friend, but what you really want to do is stay at home and read your book or spend time with your family. Not only are you expending time and energy over something you don't want to do, you are also neglecting something that you really want to do. Be mindful of your yes, and if you're not feeling yeah, then say no. If something needs to be accomplished, especially work, but you are currently busy, you can also say, I'm currently occupied at the moment, but give me 15 minutes and I will take care of this. Would this be okay? 1. This shows that you value your time by making sure you finish your task. 2. This also shows that you value their time because you tell them when you can take care of this issue. 3. You make sure if this is okay or if this is an urgent matter. In this scenario, it is a win-win for both of you. You finish your task and you also did not neglect someone else's request. I get distracted when my workstation is cluttered, and if I have an important task to finish, the clutter becomes too much that I stop and clean, then attempt to finish the important task. Maybe I do have ADD. So what I do now is I do a weekly reset. Your environment can set the tone of how productive you are or how distracted you can be. By setting aside time to clean and organize my work area, the chances of me being productive in a clutter-free environment is higher. When your mind is free from anxiety, fear, doubt, insecurity, anger, sadness, it allows you to be able to focus on the task at hand and be present in the moment. Examples of activity that help clear negative thoughts and negative emotions are exercise, meditation, walking, deep breathing. One thing we don't stress as much and we often neglect is sleeping. Sleeping basically restarts our body every single night in order for us to function optimally. It helps our memory retention, manage our weight, your emotions, your immunity, your stress, and many more. If you still haven't yet, take out your pen and paper and write down these tips because I'm literally saving you time and money from reading Why We Sleep by the sleep scientist Matthew Walker. So how can we fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up the same time every time? Normally we put an alarm to wake up, but we rarely set a time for bedtime. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Have a sleeping schedule. Put your phone away from the bed and preferably across your room. If you are someone who likes to track their sleep with a smartwatch, turn off the Bluetooth so you don't get tempted to snooze the alarm with your watch. Speaking of alarms, use an actual alarm clock so you won't get tempted to tell Siri to in the morning. Have blackout curtains in your room and lower the temperature to 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18.3 degrees Celsius. For people like me who do not like to freeze when I sleep, another way to drop your core temperature without freezing yourself is by taking a warm bath or washing your face. When you wake up, get some sunlight in your eyeballs to reset your circadian rhythm or your body clock for at least 30 minutes each day. If you consume coffee or any type of caffeine like normal people do, wait 1 hour after waking up before drinking your cup of joe, and do not drink any coffee past noon because it takes as long as 8 hours for its effects to wear off from your body. A good night's sleep leads to a refreshed you in the morning. Refreshed you is a productive you. If you want to check out an analog solution on how to manage your thoughts and your time, check out my bullet journal playlist and I will see you in the next video.